Hello, everybody. It's Jamie at Iconic Engineering, and since it's January in 2024, I just have a bit of an update with everybody. We've got some new products on the go at the moment. The general engineering side of the business is ticking away nicely. So I thought it's about time I jumped on here and popped a few products on the video, let you guys see what we're up to, and yeah, we'll take it from there, shall we? So, iconic parts. So last year we designed lots and lots and lots of things for lots of people. We did a lot of market research, and we found lots of people wanted certain things. We went and made batches of these things, and then nobody bought them. So we're just going to go back to doing what we used to do. We're going to focus on developing specialist solutions to problems with specific bikes, and hopefully that will put us back on track where we were the year before last. Bit frustrating because we put a lot of time and effort into making certain things. Groups of people shouting at us saying, "Oh, we could really do with some of these. We could really do with some of those." We went and made them, and then they just sat on the shelf, not moving. So yeah, it's just not worth our time. So we're going to go back to the plan we know that works, and we'll be pushing out a load of new products in the first quarter of the year, hopefully. And speaking of products, so last year we took in a Ducati Desert X, which we measured up and designed loads of parts for. Designed in particular a GPS mount. I think we were probably actually one of the first to market with a product for that. But you might know where this is going. A little bit later on, we found an exact, well, not an exact because it's not a very good one, but a counterfeit copy on AliExpress, Alibaba, for a lot less than we can make and sell them for. And to be fair, looking at how they have copied our product, we probably wouldn't want to sell that anyway. It's not very good. It's dangerous. You're going to lose your sat nav at some point and whatnot. The typical things that they do is they make them out of one sheet size thinner than we would. The powder coat is very wishy-washy. You can see through it in places. The nuts and bolts are poor quality. They don't even use the same nuts and bolts that we use. They put countersunk bolts in holes that haven't got countersinks on them. Just piss poor job basically. And unfortunately, people buy them. They're sales that we're losing on that product, which means we have decided that particular product we're not going to make anymore. We're just not going to bother. So what we did is we redesigned the products so it's harder to copy. It's actually now we've had another go at it. We feel it's a better product. It's stronger. It looks better. And here it is now. So this is our Ducati Desert X GPS mount. There are 4 little bosses that go on there, which sit it on the back of the display. CNC machined, everything, stainless steel fasteners, anodized finish, little mounting flibbermajig to put your phone or your GPS on. This has got a little clamping system there, which clamps on that bar. The bar has an anti-rotation machining on the end, which means it won't spin once it's all done up. And I think it looks very, very nice. If I had a Desert X of my own, I would have one of these on it, no problem. They're reasonably priced at the moment. We're trying to keep prices low where we can. We have stock. What else can I say about it? There's a level of adjustability in it, just so you can tune up where you want your device excuse me, to go. There's some extra holes here if you want to bolt anything else to it, like a RAM mount or something like that to hold a second device. So that's a nice one. It's on the website, www.iconicparts.uk. Take a look. Be happy to ship you one. So yeah, That was one of the products we did at the end of last year. One of the other things we've been working on. So last year I really got into the track day stuff. I've got a GSXR 1000 K4 with all sort of blingy bits on. I'll try and put a little photo here of me on track trying to go fast. I'm still a very long way away from getting my knee down, but then I am a bit of a chubby lad, so that may come in time. But being on track, we have wheels in and out of the bike and whatnot, and we thought, well, I'll tell you what, let's do some chain adjusters for the GSXR range, and this is one of the finished items. This is a chain adjuster. Obviously, there's a matching pair for the other, one for the other side. This is a chain adjuster for the GSXR 750, K3 and K4. This one, the K5 and 6 onwards, they are almost the same. This frame is a little bit longer because there's more travel on the swing arm. And also for the GSXR 1000, they are the same as well, and they're coming shortly. We just need to make these longer frames, but everything else is pretty much the same. So, yeah, that's another one we finished off. They're on the website. They are, again, all aluminium, CNC machined, anodized finish. There's a little sprung-loaded grub screw in here and some little detents in the adjuster screw. And so when you adjust it, you get a nice little click, 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 click. So you get a nice positive register of where you're going. There are machined little markers on the frame, so you can see where you are from left to right, so you make sure the wheel's not all on the piss. Yeah, I think these are really nice. I'm going to have a set on my bike when we get the 6R 1000 sets done. You can also fit lifter bobbins to any one of here. We're also going to make some actual like fork plates to go on the side, so you can use your lifter that way as well. So yeah, nice. Happy with those. Came out really well. And the machine really well as well. The setup we got for those is quite decent. But again, being the small business that we are, we only tend to make things 10s, 20s, maybe 50s. We don't make massive quantities of anything really, because being small, we can't afford to have the stock sat on the shelf. But we put all that money into making the items, and then that money is then held in those parts on the shelf. I can't ask my guys who are making the stuff, do you mind if I don't pay you until we've sold some of these? It doesn't work like that. So we have all that outgoing up front. So we try and keep the back sizes small, jump on things when we get low, and do it that way. The other advantage for you guys is because we make stuff in such low volume, there is a certain level of exclusivity with it. So you're very unlikely to bump into somebody else with our stuff on their bike. And if you do, then you're part of a very exclusive club. One of the other bikes we've taken an interest in this year is the ZX4RR from Kawasaki. We think that's going to be a cracking little machine, and there'll be quite a few people using that on track. And we've developed a few parts for that. We've got crash sliders, frame sliders, sorry. We're looking at a tail tidy at the moment. We've just received back from our laser cutter the radiator guards. So very simple design. We've not gone flash with any of these stuff for the ZX4 because at the end of the day it is a bike built to a price, and we assume quite a few of these are going to go on track. And I personally don't see the point in spending a lot of money on something that's very bling when there's a chance you may, obviously, the inevitable happens, you have an off and you end up damaging it, and then you're in tears because you've scratched your nice whatever it is. So the way we've managed to engineer out some of the price is not spend time putting logos and branding on the parts. They are just going to be functional, powder coated, anodized, in a box to you on your race bike. We would probably will still be more expensive than your Alibabas for things, but at the end of the day, our parts have been engineered, they've been looked at properly, tested, made properly, and the thing with the Alibaba stuff is you don't know what it's made from. They've not put any time and effort into it. If anything ever goes wrong with it, you're never going to hear anything from them. You're going to have to buy another one, and then you probably won't buy one from them anyway because you'll be upset. So you'll end up coming to people like us anyway. So buy it once, buy it right, support your local engineers and manufacturers. Sorry, welcome back after that little intermission. Somebody coming needing to use the measuring machine, which is right here. On the business side, we had a difficult year last year with staff. It seems to be an ongoing issue. Small businesses like ours, we can't really compete with bigger companies when it comes to wages. Although we offer a decent wage, all the extra perks that bigger companies can offer do tend to put us at a bit of a disadvantage. So we do what we can where we can, but we haven't been very lucky last year at all with trying to recruit and find the right sort of people. We had a few people work on our admin side, which for a while worked well, and orders were going out, on point, every day. But the working relationship was, shall we say, strained at times, and we were getting points where we were having quite big backlogs because of that, and we unfortunately had to move those people on and start again. We were in the same situation this year over Christmas. That's why we put a notice on the website and the social media channels that we were only going to ship once a week, and that's basically because I was having to do it, and I've got the business to run as well as our engineering side. So I was just putting some hours aside a week, doing it once, and then moving on to the other jobs. So not brilliant, and I do apologise for it, but it was the only real way I could balance all the jobs. The good news is we have somebody starting next week who is, shall we say, has a lot more mature head on her shoulders, should hopefully take the job seriously, and will be your point of contact if you have any issues with orders or any queries. She will do her best to answer those, and if it's something she cannot answer, she'll contact me depending on what I'm doing and where I am, and I will do my best to answer those for you. What else? We're looking for another machinist, CNC machinist, because we feel we need some more redundancy in that department, because when we get busy, we are ridiculously busy, and it just needs that little bit of wiggle room, basically. So we're looking for a skilled CNC machinist who can run milling machines and lathes. And as for, should we say, the promotion side of the business that I'm going to try and get back into a bit more, we're going to do a load more track days this year, show off some of our items. We have a load of credit with MSV track days this year, so we are going to attend some of their track days. We will probably be at Mallory, Cadwell, Donington, maybe go to Bedford and see what that's like. I've never been there before, but definitely Cadwell, definitely Donington, most likely Mallory as well, because we're within an hour from all those. And also I am going to do more of those superbike training days. I did a couple last year, and they are amazing. I'm sure everyone will say, oh, so-and-so's is good and so-and-so's is better and whatever. To be fair, any tuition with a professional is going to be great. Non-stop. So, just had a delivery, some plastic, so we can make some more parts for you guys. I'll keep going. This video is going to be a bit, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, track days and training. So yeah, I did. What did I do last year? I did 2 days with the British Superbike School. Excuse me. That's better. 2 days with the British Superbike School. They last year had their days at Blighton Park in or near Gainsborough in Lincolnshire. Again, probably an hour and a half from my house. It is a small track. It is predominantly was used as a test track. It's quite technical. It's not very fast. There is some straights, but I mean, on a 1000cc bike, you're lucky to get out of third gear really, if you're using all the revs. You could on a lazier bike tootle around in second most of the day. So yeah, I was a complete novice when it came to riding a sports bike relatively fast. I'd done some track days before in the novice group. To be fair, I tend to still hang around in the novice group purely because although I feel I could probably go a lot faster, I've got commitments. I've got a business to run and things. I just enjoy being able to use my bike at speed in relative safety, not worrying about traffic and poor road surfaces. But I wanted to improve what I was doing. I wanted to be able to make the bike, should we say, corner better. My body position was poor. Again, like I say, I'm 6'3" and I weigh 15 kilos, so I'm not a small chap. So lifting that mass from one side of a bike to the other is takes a toll after a few sessions. That does. But anyway, so yeah, the Superbike School really, really good. There's a chap there called Darren who I've known for years from a previous life. He used to work for a company that sold design software that I use, and he was one of the top sort of tech guys. And he moved on, and he used to race, and now he does a lot of tuition and does stuff at Silverstone all over the place. Anyway, weirdly, years after he finished working there, and we'd not spoken for years, the algorithm of Facebook kind of said, "Oh, you might know Darren." And I'm thinking, "Oh yeah, I do know Darren. I know Darren. What's Darren doing?" Darren's teaching how to ride superbikes fast. So I thought, I'll have a piece of that. I booked a day, got in touch with Darren. Darren said, "Don't worry, Jamie. I'll make sure I'm your instructor for the day." So we went, and yeah, amazing, like night and day. I came away after a day a completely different rider. I mean, on the clock, on the stopwatch, I probably wasn't that much faster, but I felt so much more racier. I felt amazing. Like the buzz you get from it is incredible. Yeah, I highly recommend it to anyone. And it's not about going fast. It's learning how to ride the bike properly. So give it a go. It's not much more than the price of a track day anyway. And the British Superbike School, last year anyway, they tried to maintain a 2 rider to an instructor ratio. So you would go out for your various sessions and take turns leading or following the instructor. The instructor would look at what you were doing. And then in between sessions, he would advise and say, right, next time I'm going to do this, we're going to do that, or you're not going to do this, or you're not going to do that. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, and Brighton's pretty good. Facilities are great. Toilets good. There's a little cafe with food, hot food. The surface is this year has just been relaid, so brand new grippy tarmac. So yeah, get yourselves down there. British Superbike School. There you go. So that's my little advertising. I might go again this year. With regard to track days, if anybody else is doing any track days, drop me a line. I'd love to chat to you and compare notes and learn off of you, and maybe you could learn off of me. And just get to know more people in the paddock, really. I'm usually in a big orange Ford Ranger with a trailer, with a grey GSX-R 1000 or a red Honda CBR 600F. Again, I'll pop a few pictures up as I'm talking, and yeah, it might lodge in your brain, and you might go, it's Jamie. So anyway, I'll try and get some stickers on the bikes this year, so you know it's an iconic bike. Yeah, so hopefully, moving into next month, the idea is once our new admin lady starts and can take over processing orders and take a lot of this, the general administration woes of running a business off of my desk, I can then get back to doing what I do best, which is being an engineer. I can start running machines. I can go out and measure stuff. I can go and design stuff, and hopefully we can bang out some cracking products for you guys this year, and give a big middle finger to those at Alibaba. Before I go, I probably just need to say a little bit about that. I've had a few run-ins with people on social media over the year with regards to Alibaba. It seems to be that there's this, don't know, there's this kind of like, there's two sides to this coin. There's a lot of people that just hate it, like me. And that's probably because I come from a business that makes things. But I do see the other side of the coin, because before I had my business, I was the person buying stuff, and I'd always look for the best deal. But there are things that just in my head don't add up. Like, why would you buy a £25,000 Panigale and then go and buy the cheapest pair of rear sets you could find on eBay on it? I don't get that at all. It just does not compute in my brain. It's like buying a Ferrari and putting budget tyres on it. It's just I just don't understand it. But each to their own. That's fine. Nobody's forcing you to buy things off me. But what does get me is when people give me the excuse of that manufacturers overcharge for what they're doing, and it's their own fault. Some manufacturers, okay, I get it. Like, you do pay a Ducati tax for buying the Ducati accessories. Absolutely. I wanted some hard panniers for my Multistrada. I was not paying £1,500 for the Ducati ones. Not a chance. So I bought some SW Motec ones, which were about 2/3 of the price. And they're decent. They're good. Probably still overpriced, but hey ho, I wasn't going to buy crap, basically. So the other side of that coin, like I was saying, is people the same things are overpriced. And I'll give you an example. The Desert X GPS mount that we stopped making, we had 6 months of decent sales of that product. Then some little, well, careful of my language, some so-and-so purchased one, sent it to China, where they measured it, copied it, and started making it and selling it at less than a quarter of the price we were selling it for. Now, if I did that for all my products, if I went and bought Evotech products or R&G products and just measured them and copied them, of course, I've got no development time. I've got no trial and error, as in, let's make a prototype, see if it fits, how's that, or don't like it, let's make another one. There's none of that. I don't have to pay for the time to go and fetch a bike to go and measure it. I don't have to spend all that time looking after relationships with those motorcycle dealerships. And because of that, I'd be able to make stuff so much cheaper. But that's not how you do business, is it? We do a lot of work, like I say, with the dealers. So I can go over to a dealership with a big box full of measuring equipment and go and measure things off of a motorbike. We come back to the factory, design a prototype, maybe 3D print one, maybe make one out of some metal, whatever. We'll make a prototype. There's a prototype. Drive all the way back to the dealership, go and test fit it. Yeah, that's cool, or maybe not. Let's make another one. There's that design cycle that goes through when you're prototyping and developing a product or a range of products. They don't have to do any of that. They just don't have to do it. So therefore, straight away they can sell stuff cheaper. when it comes to actually running a business, the companies in China that are manufacturing these parts, they don't have to jump through so many hoops like we do. They don't have to pay business rates. They don't have to pay national insurance for their employees. They don't have to pay the insurance we pay for the business. Our electricity went up 4 times at the start of last year. 4 times it went up from nothing, just literally because somebody on a spreadsheet said this is how much energy costs now. So all of a sudden we have to pay 4 times the price. Ridiculous. Um, when we build a product, we have to budget for 50 or 100 of them or whatever it might be. We have to spend that money to have those made. I have to pay the staff, and then that money that we've invested in a product sits on them shelves upstairs in our storeroom until they get sold. We don't get that money back until they're sold. So it's, all this adds together to form a environment where people are happy to give me the excuse that, well, like you say, you're overpricing things, and it's not. We really don't have that much margin in anything, and it hurts us when we make something and then people don't buy it after they've told us they want it. Yeah, it's a struggle. I'll be honest with all of you. It's a struggle this at the moment. I've come to the conclusion that those people that are happy to buy from Alibaba or AliExpress or whatever, Temu or what they're called now, they're always going to buy that sort of stuff. So they're not my customer at the end of the day. People that are my customer are people that like engineered products. They appreciate it. You can come to my door anytime and say, Jamie, I've got a problem with this. How does it work? Can't get it to fit properly, or what you've made is brilliant, but I could do with one that's a little bit like that. Is there anything you can do for me? You can do that with us, but you can't do that with China. So, yeah, that's what you invest in when you buy from us anyway. But you get that personal kind of service. Not needless to say, if something goes wrong with your product, you can phone us up, and we'll be happy to sort it out for you. The junk you get from them, not a chance. You're never going to get anyone on the phone, are you? So there you go. Pay your prices, and you get what you pay for, don't you, I suppose? So just to sort of summarise that, we're a small business. At the moment, we only have 4 people in our business, believe it or not. 4 people, including me. My other half used to come and help quite often, but she's got her own career, So can't rely on that all the time. I've got one guy that's going to retire soon, so we're going to replace him with somebody else. We are very, very proactive when it comes to training and apprenticeship, STEM subjects. If you don't know what STEM is, it's science, technology, engineering, manufacturing subjects. So anything that can relate to those titles, jobs, careers, things like that, we promote that through our business to schools local to us to try and get children to take an interest in engineering, so that they will become our future engineers. We all whinge that things in this country cost so much, and that's because we haven't got any engineers and we can't build anything here ourselves anymore. So let's get these kids excited about engineering. Let's show them, that one day, you could be making bits for, racing bikes or cars or aeroplanes or boats, or, even the mundane stuff like making things for little bits of factory equipment and stuff like that. We do it all. We make bits of furniture. We make bits of bloody spacecraft. All sorts of things we've done in this workshop. But you got to sow that seed with the schools very early on. There's no point doing it at a careers fair when they're already in year 10. They've kind of already decided. Well, a lot of them have got an inkling on where they're going to go. I'm going to go to university. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So we do our best to get in at the primary school age, start of high school, do activities, and try and make engineering and manufacturing as a sort of global thing. Doesn't even matter if you're making a pair of jeans or something. It doesn't matter. You're making stuff. You're building stuff. You're creating wealth within the country. So it's all good for me. So like I say, we do our best to promote where we can. Off the back of this kind of idea and feeling I have for my business, I became a governor this year of one of our local schools. A little bit more work associated with that than I first thought, but it's very rewarding. And because of that, we get to kind of, see the whole process, and learn about the school and whatnot. So it's all, again, all good for us. We love it. The other thing we do is, or we have been doing of recent, was having school kids from a school come to us on a regular basis to do the practical side of a qualification that they do in the school, because a lot of the schools now don't have, they don't have a workshop, with big scary tools and whatnot. So they decided to ask myself and another local business, would we be open to the idea of them delivering the theoretical side of the qualification, and then they come to us for a few hours a week, and we as the business do the delivery of the practical side. So basic bench fitting, so filing, marking out, centre punching, different materials, maybe a little bit of work on a lathe, things like that. And every so often they have an assessment where they'll get given a drawing of a simple thing that they have to make, like a little tool or something that very random, come from the governing body, but and then they basically are left on their own to make that. So and it's amazing to see the interest they take in it. But the thing is, because they don't do so much of that these days, they kind of like, they live their life and pass it all by, and then all of a sudden they're in the real world and engineering's not a thing to them. But if they get to do it at a much earlier age, it's always there as an option. I'm personally now an industry advisor for City and Guilds, so I'm helping to steer the way they design and deliver the qualifications and what goes in the qualifications and how they assess them and all these sorts of things. So that is very rewarding as well. Hope it's going to be a slow burner because it's not going to happen tomorrow. So these qualifications are being designed and will come live in some years. But yeah, we're trying to get involved as much as possible. And linking back to my business, everything you buy from us helps me personally be able to spend time doing those activities with the schools and whatever. Because if we all don't kind of look after this side of our country's industries and things like that, another 10-15 years it'll be gone. We'll make a bit of stuff, of course we will, because we will. But it was quite good after COVID, because we actually had a bit of a resurgence of people onshoring work again. So a lot of the work that used to be out there all over the world, because of the issues with supply chain and delivery times and the cost of transporting goods from the other side of the world, all of a sudden companies started looking at bringing stuff back to the UK. The problem we found now is we've got this massive skills shortage, and we haven't got enough people to make it, even if we wanted to. So we're doing all sorts of stuff to try and get kids into engineering. There are T-level qualifications now that basically are at the same level as an A-level. So you've got A-level and T-level. A-level for academic, T-level for technical. And they are worth the same. So even if you wanted to go to university afterwards, your T-level is worth exactly the same as an A-level, and it can be taken at the same time. And a T-level is basically a course that allows you to do a work placement. As part of that qualification that you're taking, you are supposed to do a certain amount of hours within a business. So you need a placement, and you'll then obviously get to learn all these technical skills. There'll be an academic side to it. Please forgive me, another visitor. Somebody collecting a parcel. Okay, so I can ramble on about all this sort of stuff for ages and ages, and maybe I should do some specific little chit chats like this on specific topics. Would that be of interest to anybody, just to see what goes on in the background? Um, like the City and Guild thing, what does that involve? You know, because not being funny, they're always looking for people to help. So you know, it could be a bit of a sales pitch for them. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Message me if you're interested to know more. If you're a CNC machinist looking for a job, let me know. Um, yeah, yeah. I think this year is going to be a good year. So yeah, stand by us. Keep buying our products. We'll keep designing new good ones, and you'll see us out on track. And I'm going to try and do a lot more of this kind of engagement with you guys. Um, you know, I wasn't able to do it the last sort of quarter of the year. I just had too much to do. There wasn't enough staff, you know, to take an hour out, just even to set this camera up and clear some space in here. And you know, I've told people not to bother me, but you know, it doesn't work like that, does it? But you know, that's an hour of my day. You know, so it all adds up really. Yeah, happy to do more and let people know what's going on. We're going to do a lot more content on how we make stuff this year as well. We've bought some camera equipment, and we're going to show you guys how the machines work, see the machines doing their job, cutting the material, making your products. You can see the time and effort and the quality that goes into the products. So yeah, UK made, UK jobs, UK skills. That's what it's all about here. And yeah, you know, with your support, you know, we can conquer the world, let's say. So yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much, and I will be back another day when I get some time. I'm going to go away and edit all this up now, stitch it all together, put the little photos in, and yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.